Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I did ask them to play Danny Boy, but they were a bit scared that I'd start singing. Anyway, good morning and welcome to the County Council Network Conference for 2014. I believe we are approaching an historic moment. An historic moment for CCN, an historic moment for local government, and an historic moment for public services as a whole. As we look forward to the general election next year, the country is facing significant challenges. Challenges that will be addressed and must be addressed by whoever forms the next government. I strongly believe that change is inevitable. This country can no longer afford our existing model of inefficient, centralised government run from Westminster. It can no longer afford to ignore the wishes of the people of England, who clearly want more say in their personal lives. And it can no longer afford to ignore counties, who have proved time and time again that we can deliver. And I am determined that through the CCN, we seize this historic moment and deliver real change for the 23 million people that we represent. The next 6 months could be not more important, so let's grab this opportunity with both hands. This last year has proved that CCN can play a major role and influence change. And when I spoke to you at the conference last year, I promised you a new direction and a change of pace. And I said it was time that CCN voice was heard, loud and clear. Well, I'm delighted to stand before you today and say with confidence that when the CCN speaks with one united voice, government listens. Government listened when we worked with our partners to protect our share of the new homes bonus, resulting in up to £123 million savings for all of our members. And government listened when we fought hard against the disgraceful decision to tax councillors' mileage and travelling costs, a policy that would have affected county councillors more than anyone else. And government listened when we highlighted the unique challenges of the Cllr Act, and the Cllr Act would present to counties. And we secured an additional £28 million for our member councils, but more significantly, some vital policy changes. And government listened when we shone a spotlight on the ambitions and the importance of counties in the national growth debate. We have shown that it's not just cities that can play a critical part, but counties can also help the country's economic revival. Time and time again, we've highlighted just what counties bring to the table. Over 40% of GVA in England. More than half the jobs in the private sector, such as manufacturing, construction, pharmaceuticals. And we have created the highest number of private sector jobs. This is the message that we have taken and must continue to take to every corner of the country and to every corridor of Whitehall. We will continue to build the credibility of CCN as the voice of counties. Whether it's through our persistent credibility of appearing on television, radio, newspapers or social media, or the creation of the County All-Party Parliamentary Group. CCN has pushed the agenda in Westminster more forcefully than successfully than at any time in our history. I want to take a moment now to thank our excellent officer team, led by Simon Edwards, for their hard work, energy, and personal commitment over the last year. And I want to thank Joanne Simons and her colleagues in the Association of Chief Executives for their valuable input and guidance too. I hope that you will join me in showing our appreciation for all they have done for us over the past year to put CCN where we are today. Thank you. Before moving on, let me take this opportunity as chairman to thank you, the spokesmen, the leaders, the members in this room, working together as one team and making CCN, I believe, a force to be reckoned with. I've been told by some colleagues in the room today that their expectations for CCN has risen over the last year. Well, this is a good start, but I want to raise everybody's aspirations even further. So what can we expect from CCN over the next year? Well, I would like to suggest that we focus on two key areas. First, we will continue our push for our plan for government to key influencers and policy shapers in the run-up to May 2014. And I'm immensely proud of our plan for government that you've all had an opportunity to read. And I'll be giving you all later on a test questions on it. I believe it is the most comprehensive offer to government that counties have ever produced. And it's not just a moan about finances and resources. It's our offer to government. It's our place, one budget. It's our pledge of what we could achieve together if given the opportunity. Our proposals are a positive message on the direction of the UK public policy and the need for radical transformation. This is our blueprint for radical public services reform, and I can assure you that policymakers are indeed taking note. Secondly, we will continue to push the case for the counties to be at the very forefront of the devolution debate. The decision in Scotland has created a real thirst for change, sparking debates across the whole nation. It's clear to me that the people of England want a greater say in decisions that affect their lives. In fact, in a recent BBC poll revealed that 82% of people want real devolution for their communities. It's time to return power back to the people. Power not for power's sake, but for the people's sake. It's time that the government puppet strings were cut and allow local people to be empowered to look after themselves. Colleagues, we have a choice. We can wait for whatever freedoms and powers the centralised government or the next centralised government may eventually offer us. Or we take the fight on behalf of all of our residents directly to Whitehall. I suspect you all know which course I would prefer. Remember, local government provides more services directly to residents than any Whitehall department. It is us and you that people turn to for advice and help. And it is we, all of us in this room and in our counties, that they want to talk to us about their personal concerns. Why? Because we as councillors, we live and work daily in their communities. And so today, on behalf of the CCN, I'm calling on ministers, shadow ministers, and anyone who will listen to keep their promises they make in their election campaigns, to honour the commitment which they will undoubtedly make in their manifestos, and deliver real change to the people of England through devolution. Our plan for government sets out what we want from government in a new devolved English settlement. And as County Council Network, we have to work to dispel the myths that counties can't or won't work together. We know that's simply not true. Our research findings launched today show that the counties are ready to explore new ways of working to make the most of devolution. Counties are leading the drive for devolution. I can assure the government that we are ready now. This country cannot accept the devolution divide, where those areas that contribute the most and prove that they can deliver savings are ignored are those who shout the loudest. As Simon Jenkins recently wrote in The Guardian, on the whole, English counties are better run than big cities or Whitehall departments. I couldn't have wrote the words better myself. But government needs to trust us to deliver. Our simple message to government is that counties are the most effective vehicle for public sector reform. Counties are already working in collaboration to deliver better services and value for money locally. And counties will deliver on the government investment, as we have proven time and time again. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, the upcoming general election provides us with the best chance in a generation to influence the government policy and deliver change for our residents. Like you, I'm fed up. I'm really fed up of asking national politicians for permission to be successful for my residents. So let's grasp this opportunity with both hands and place the counties through the CCN at the very centre of the devolution debate. I consider myself privileged to be a councillor leader at this pivotal point for local government. And I'm eager to see just what we can achieve, working together through the CCN over the next year, leading up to the general election and beyond. This conference heralds the next phase of an exciting journey for CCN. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow councillors, let's get started. Thank you.